What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. So in this episode we are going to install the new rotary oil pan, as well as put in a boundary oil pump gear. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the 15 through 17 short blocks did already come with an oil pan, as well as oil pump gears inside the oil pump already. Since this Mustang is going to primarily be used for autocross and time trial road racing, we're going to go ahead and put a set of boundary oil pump gears in the car, as well as a Moroso road race oil pan. The oil pan has baffles in it to keep all of the oil around the pickup area, so when I'm on the banking it all doesn't slosh away from the pickup tube. The oil pump gears will allow the motor to rev out to a higher RPM without losing oil pressure and without them braking. A lot of higher RPM cars or boosted cars end up breaking the factory oil pump gears just because they're made of like this stamped metal. It's whatever that powdery metal stuff is, which will end up shattering. If it shatters, then you have no oil pressure and then you have metal going around your engine. So we went ahead and picked up a set of boundary billet aluminum oil pump gears. A friend of mine that owns OP Mustang went ahead and helped us out with that. So go ahead and check out OP Mustang if you guys need any parts or anything like that for the Mustangs. It's more of like a road racing type website, but he's got a lot of just generic Coyote parts and any parts really for Mustangs. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so now that we have the oil pan off, we took these two 10mm bolts out. We're going to go ahead and start taking off all of these bolts here, so we can go ahead and pull the oil pump off. These first two are 8mm, so we'll go ahead and take that off. It's a pretty long bolt. Let's see what this is. Maybe a 13? Yeah, that one's a 13. Which is on there pretty good. This one looks like it's got a little washer in front of it. This one's got a washer, just keep that with that.
That one also has a washer.
This one's maybe
10.
Actually a 9.
9. How exotic.
Oh yes. 9mm. So as you can see, that just relaxed. Alright, and this should come straight out this way. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and take off these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts. These are actually T30 Torx, so we will go ahead and take this off, and then this will separate apart so you can get to the oil pump gears. Alright, and that is the factory oil pump gears. So we're going to go ahead and pull the old gears out. They just lift straight up like this. And then we'll go ahead and drop the new ones in. Just like that. That's all it takes. We'll just have to line up the sprockets when we put it back on the engine, and that's it. We'll just put it back together. So these are the two flat areas right here and right here. There's little flat sections on the crank, so that's how the oil pump gear spins. So when we put the motor or put this back on, we've got to line it up in a fashion where those flat pieces will line up in the crank. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and torque these torque bits down. It calls for 90 inch-pounds, which is about 7.5 inch foot-pounds. So we'll go ahead and torque these down real quick. Already done that one. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and try and line these up. Might have to play with this a little bit to get them lined up. There we go. Okay, so that was the trick. So kind of where the flathead is, there's a little divot area. Actually, fan of this one. I put basically the flathead right here, and then you can kind of push the oil pump gears around and it'll spin like this inside of the oil pump. So that's how I got it lined up. There's no real good way of showing that. So the proper torque specs for these is 177 inch-pounds, which is a little over 14.5 foot-pounds. So we'll go ahead and torque those down real quick. So which equates to about 7.5 foot-pounds. Okay. So the next thing we'll do is go ahead and put on the oil pan, which will fall into the hole right there.
Oh, good.
Make sure these holes are all lined up. Alright, so this oil pan is intended to be used with the OEM one-piece gasket windage tray, which is reusable. Clean and inspect prior to reinstallation, which it's new. Apply sealer at the four corners where the gasket ridge doubles to the OE specifications. Torque fasteners to OE specs. So I'm not really sure because there's actually there's a seal that goes all the way around, and then there is we didn't pull this up, so it's already sealed here. It's already sealed here, so I wouldn't think that we would have to seal it anywhere. We would obviously have to seal it in the front when we put the timing cover on, but right?
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
I think we'll go ahead and put these oil pan bolts back on. Yes, I did cheap out and get a metal oil pan and not a aluminum one.
Well, that's gonna suck putting those on.
Which ones? Oh, yeah. I'll just get a ratchet and wrench. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and torque these oil pan bolts. They're supposed to be at 89 inch-pounds, which I'm basically just going to do hand tight because I can't get any torque wrenches in most of this because of the oil pan. So I'm going to go ahead and start in the back and kind of work our way towards the front. Just kind of smush out the gasket so we have a good seal, and we'll go from there. I guess we'll go ahead and do this too before I forget.
What are those supposed to go to? Oh, sensor?
Yep. So the 11 through 14 cars have this this oil, I guess it's level sensor that we need to take off and go ahead and put on this oil pan. The only thing I did is I just took a pair of a wrench and just broke it free, and then it just unscrews this way. There's the actual sensor. I don't see a gasket or anything, which is a little interesting. Actually, there is a gasket here. And it just goes right here and back in.
Yeah. I was about to say it might be the wrong side, but...
No. That was a little much. I just snugged it up and we should be good to go. So that pretty much wraps up this segment of the video. We went ahead and moved over the 2 knock sensors as well as the crank positioning sensor from the old engine. And I need to take out the oil filter adapter, which is this giant Allen key, which I don't have. So Anthony and I are going to go probably run to Lowe's real quick, see if we can get this off and then move it over to the new engine. Alright, so we just came back from O'Reilly's. Apparently it is a 14 millimeter, what is it, hex. So I picked up the oversized hex bit set. It fits perfectly in here. So we'll just break it free real quick. That was easy. And we will take it out. Wondering if this is going to fit in this one or not. It looks like it does. Besides that, obviously we installed the oil pump gears, which I will link OP Mustang's website down below. You can get that and pretty much anything else. Thanks Tim for the hookup on that. I'm also going to list the Moroso oil pan that I picked up. I actually got that off of Amazon. It was the cheapest I could find it, and with Prime it was today's shipping. This is the same oil pan that you use to do Coyote swaps in most any other vehicle. So I'll go ahead and link that down below. It's the cheapest way to get it, and it also helps us out because we'll get a percentage of the sale if you guys purchase through the link that we'll send below, which will help out our costs and help pay for some of these wonderful mods that we have coming. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. Go ahead, drop a comment, and let us know what else we should do to this engine. I've got some other parts that I haven't shown you guys yet that we will be going over in the next upcoming episodes. Right now I'm kind of holding off to try and figure out what I want to do with the heads, whether I want to use the stock heads or try and get 15th or 17 heads. I thought I had a hookup on Boss 302 heads. That would have been awesome. They ended up being GT350 heads, and the guy wanted way too much for them. So that kind of stinks. So we're kind of at a standstill until I can figure out what we're doing with the heads. Once I figure that out, then we'll put the rest of the motor together. So I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.